You're telling us today that it's not even sure that the Palestinians want a Palestinian Authority in their area.
See, I think that the Palestinians right now became so frustrated from the attitude and the behavior of the Palestinian Authority. Because since the establishment of the Palestinian Authority in 1994 until today, what we are hearing about them is only the corruption. We didn't see that the Palestinian Authority succeed to build even one kindergarten in the West Bank or in Gaza since its establishment in 1994. And if you will come today secretly and asking the Palestinians under which authority they would love to live under, I think that 99.9% will ask to be under the Israeli Authority rather than under the Palestinian Authority. Because the Palestinians also start realizing more and more that the level of life that they have today under the Israelis much better than any other Palestinian under any other regime around the world.
But they want to change. They want something different.
I think that the people want something different, but the most important different thing or the change that people are seeking, that they would love to see themselves tomorrow annexed to Israel.
Now, you're telling us today that the Israeli Arabs, who could be the bridge, they're not doing that, at least not on the political level.
I think that they lost the opportunity because of the incitement, because of the hatred of the Israeli Arabs towards the state of Israel. I think that these people almost lost their position, and I don't think that in the near future these people can play any kind of a good role between the Palestinians and the Israelis.
You define yourself, Bassem, as a human rights activist, and you used to work with B'Tselem. How do you see really the activities of these organizations that sometimes are human rights, but sometimes with a radical agenda?
Unfortunately, most of the human rights organizations around the world today are functioning according to a political agenda rather than the human rights agenda. And in my opinion,
did you feel that when you were there?
Of course. I think that the major problem today is with the funders themselves. I think that Europe right now is trying to raise more and more the anti-Semitism through their funding to some human rights organizations in Israel and in the West Bank.
How did you feel it when you were in B'Tselem? How did you feel in terms of the activities?
See, I think that, let's say that the period when I was working with B'Tselem completely different than the period today. I think that the agenda of B'Tselem right now became much more a political agenda rather than it used to be a human rights agenda during my time.
What are you doing today?
No. I am still looking to the human rights as a human rights, and I am saying all the time that the human rights is not the Palestinian monopoly. The human rights is universal issue, and it's related to all of the human beings on earth, including the Jewish people.